self-empowered women, we have compersion in all of our relationships. And in fact, the low self-esteem emotion of jealousy, envy, spite, or revenge is not something that is ours because of self-empowerment. Now, to have self-empowerment, to be a woman, man, or they, obviously this is that inner child that we talk about. And I say obviously for my regular listeners and viewers. Okay, and it isn't a race. However, it's 2024. There are plenty of people out there doing yoga, and they talk about, what is it called? Not even personal development, all the therapy words they use. So I am 44, and I would say I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I am educated in that I listen, and I am attachment trauma informed, and I am a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group. And I have my inner child because I was lucky to have a welcoming home. I was a twin, I am a twin. So, I was determined. And my entire life so far, I say entire, only 44, I know love. And I chose love again and again, even when people have been unkind, which today, as an attachment trauma-informed woman, I know very well. And when people want to make distinctions between narcissists or dismissive avoidance or fearful avoidance, I'm not looking to a breakup coach. As a self-empowered woman, I am looking to human beings like Jesus taught me. And so I don't use, whether it's discard from a narcissist or not, there's no hierarchy. In fact, solo polyamory, there's a non-hierarchical and relationship anarchy because every human being is special just the way they are. However, their maladaptive child behavior, which is low self-esteem, and here's where not only with men, as a woman who is interested in men, I've seen it with women as well, and here's where grace and generosity, it's not something that you're looking for golden star. Let me talk about Jesus for a minute, shall I? He was welcomed with mistrust, disbelief, fear, and non-acceptance. And there are people who use the word devil and demon spirits and da-da-da-da-da. And as a mystic and a person who likes to learn things, thank you, Patrick McNamara, and I'm a Reiki master, and again, I'm attachment trauma informed. No demon possesses your body, but you do have nightmare after nightmare after nightmare, and your fear receptor in your brain is going wonky. So while there are those who do podcasts and they spread rumors, such as yoga has demons coming up in your body, instead of learning about Peter Levine and trauma charges, it is what it is. But then again, they're all misanthropists, maybe misandronic, I don't know, but they have a deal with not learning about how the human body works. Apparently they're okay with belief systems that say somebody's going to be possessed. So that's why I say misanthropist, because the only people who consistently say humans are unkind, or nature is to be unkind, are the ones who hate, dislike, or distrust humankind. And so they want to use the word Jesus and God. I was raised with God, and I was under the impression that we all were made the way He wanted us to be made. Today, I have a relationship with Akash to respect the 3D plane. Jesus, He was welcomed with mistrust, disbelief, fear, and non-acceptance, and people used ancient textbooks to keep on doing what actually is an evil spirit, promote, malice and depravity in the world, and, this whole thing about humans and the supernatural, I forget. There was a guy who loved using this term as he was being interviewed, and he was trying to say that a group of people were demonic spirits, and I'm like, wow, that's a charming one. 7 to 14, Michael Stone's evil scale. So a smart brain can assimilate a lot of pieces of information and know how to distinguish liar, liars, pants on fires. Why? I'm a human. I have a heart. You have a heart. I don't live in the movies. That's because I'm self-empowered. So my brain's integrated. That's all this is. And my heart stayed an inner child. So I'm innocent, not because I'm perfect or because I haven't done something that somebody say, evil bitch, evil witch. That's the point. We're going to get to that, aren't we? Yes, we are. So thank you, Jesus, for standing as a human being who taught me how to turn the other cheek. Forgive them, for they do not know. And blessed are those who believe without seeing. If I poke at you, you have a heart. So you know what happens when people poke at other people and they have low self-esteem? And they don't go to good therapy, but they love to use their mouths, and in their heads, they love to use their mouths. And as a mystic, we perceive things. There is telepathy, but again, I'm a self-empowered woman. I'm not going to go create any kind of scene because you already told me who you are, and really it's all in my head, so why shall I make a big deal? Especially with the stereotypes of women being chaotic. That one's really great. So yeah, when I meet men who like to use the stereotypes, I'm very happy that all of the times that I've had a situation where I totally would have become a person that I'm not, meaning that I was full of my Kali mode. Like, wow, you really pressed the line. It wasn't a trigger, because see, triggers means that I'm in your face reacting. The beauty of being self-empowered is there's no triggers. You can't poke at me. The only people who poke at me, my mother and my twin, because I was 3 years old with them. That's it. Ask them. Ask my younger sister. Who's going to win? When we shut each other in a room with a bunch of people, who can actually win the chit chatter? That's because a 3-year-old knows how to keep asking questions, because my mother didn't make me afraid of asking questions. She put up with me and I got to use my mind in silence with an inner child. I got to continue believing in myself and Jesus and God. They continue to be there, and I call it Akash. I didn't say, oh, stop thinking of sinful thoughts. I see people brainwashing themselves because it's called rumination. You know, they have all these different resources, great for them. But what I'm saying is to use God, Jesus, and all of these, very important for those of us who have faith from the heart, not from the textbooks. Okay? Theologians who want to make Reiki out to be demonic, seriously. I mean, you really don't have any idea how your brain is being used. I know you have non-bilateral integration. My heart goes out to you. At the same time, I don't want to see you because I'm going to look at you in a way that I don't want to look at you. And when I see stupidity, it's not because I'm a genius. It's because your mind is closed. You want to tell me you don't got shit going on. I know you do. Which is where, if you know your worth, that's why. Don't push the boundaries of what it means to be unkind to me. I don't like it when it happens. Then the few times it's happened, well, that's the moment of truth where the most precious thing is life itself. Thank you, Sadhguru. Will you realize this now or only on your deathbed? I already know that I love to be alive in every 24 hours. And when a self-empowered woman is actually engaging in a relationship with anyone, it's not with low self-esteem. That's the point. I'm not trying to attach to you. My 0-1-year-old doesn't need to be seen, to be soothed, to be safe, to be secure, to be myself. I am being myself, and I'm building a snowman. And I know that you will know when you're treating me in a certain way. And then I will know that you're cowardice, not emotional lifting. Don't care how overwhelmed you are and whether you had abuse or neglect from your own home, because you will know how you're treating me, because emotions and your behavior is going to have subjective experience, your little chit chatter, and you're going to choose the wrong silence the minute that you don't decide to have a conversation with me. And I'm not going to be anything except for aware that I have a person who doesn't know how to be, in my book, a man. So you can call me, what was it that I was called? Rational and emotionless as a child? No, teenager with the drama queens of my world. I'm like, why are you being so mean to somebody? Every time a woman would tell me they don't deserve love, I'm like, what are you doing? You were with them for 10 years, 5 years, 3 years. Now you're telling me they're not worthy for love. You're also disrespecting my way of life, which is with Jesus, which is with love. You're saying something from your mouth, which is not nice. And you're being emotional, which is fair and square, but you're now projecting and you're thinking that I need to take your side. You're feeling like a 0-1-year-old. I want to be seen. 4th step to recovery of trauma. People want bystanders to take their side. There's no self-empowered woman, or whatever we see out there on YouTube. That's exactly what it is. A bunch of teenagers, when you ask me, is they don't know their worth. Low self-esteem emotions, it's not a competition. Envy, jealousy, spite, it's explainable when you get educated on how humans work, and then when you're motivated to become the empowered version of you emotionally. But most people don't know what I learned. Thank you, attachment trauma information. They made me into a quote-unquote smartass because I already knew, thank you, Jesus, how to treat somebody the way I want to be treated. So if you're going to shut your mouth and not involve me, don't think I'm going to have any type of compassion in the way of, oh, poor thing, they can come back, which is why it's hilarious that there are breakup coaches. People who want to have people who didn't have emotional awareness enough. You're not going to be in an emotional relationship. And that's where some people, they do their unfinished business. Thank you, Cheryl. Those are those couples. Self-empowerment means I'm not emotionally unavailable. I'm not lying to your face. And when you are going to treat me in certain ways, envy, jealousy, spite, women, men, days, anyone, I'm going to have compersion. I want you to be happy. I'm going to say bye. And inside, I'm going to be like, oh, I was relieved. Thank goodness, because I don't have to deal with what is a clown face, because the other thing about the adaptive child is that unless the human being decides to want to behave better in their life, they're going to continue projecting. and they don't go to therapy. And you get to see Pinocchios out there drinking, fucking, doing drugs, and saying, this is what life is all about. Like, no, it's not, but come on over for 5D relationships and for love to